What is up? What is up, everybody? So I am just a little under the weather, to be honest. I wanted to come on here and, do a live. I've done a few lives over on my other platforms. So if you already have checked those out or have been on those other pages, really appreciate the love and support. You obviously already know what's going on. But I just wanted to hop on here because I do plan on doing a 3-card Lover's Oracle pull to lift the spirits of myself and focus on something a little bit more positive and fun. So I figured if anyone was here to join us, this is what we're going to be doing, the Lover's Oracle. And also showing off that I have a new deck here, the Sensual Wicca Tarot. So very sensual, passionate, lovers, loving just creative sexual energy, because I'm always admitting that apparently. But I wanted to, bring that up and kind of get into that here. But before I do go into the poll, I just wanted to do a very quick update. If you haven't heard or you don't follow my other pages, that's fine. I have been going through some things. I had a root canal, very basic, simple procedure. Not simple, excuse me, but a lot of people go through those. If you have seen on my page before, I have had a root canal a few times. The first time I ever did it, I was actually pregnant with my first daughter, or no, excuse me, my second child. And it was very intense. I have dental phobia, so it was very difficult for me, and I was not a fan. But, you got to do what you got to do to save the teeth, because I have fairly nice teeth and I still can't smile because I'm still a little swollen on this side. But I was feeling a little better enough to kind of hop on here while I'm still, healing from some things in that realm. So this is also a little bit of a guidance for me. So when I look back at, what I had to go through before, because I have had an abscess under a root canal tooth, that's what's happened to me before. I can kind of know the steps to take if I go through this again. I don't want to, but for some reason, this is like a second time it happened. This time around, like I said, I still have swelling and it still hurts from here up, but I'm feeling a lot better than was. The pain is tolerable at this point. It's still giving me headaches. It's still, wreaking havoc, but I can function a lot more and I feel a little bit more like myself. Now, I'm not so excited because with this issue, I was now put on the second time around, on a muscle relaxer, taking way too much over-the-counter pain medicine because I'm very anti-opioid. I'm not into that. My dentist is not into that. So super cool, not into the heavy stuff. I don't like taking anything at all. But when I'm desperate, I was desperate, and then now I'm on these medications. I've been put on antibiotics. It wasn't enough with amoxicillin. And now I'm on clindamycin, which sucks because it's so strong. It does bother my stomach, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to detox and heal from that once my infection is gone. So just a quick update on that. And also, just so busy. Life in general has been insane. Of course, as it can be, but this world is just so flipped upside down, and it's very difficult to stay positive, sometimes. But, I'm keeping, my heart light and stuff, and also keeping it real, because I don't know if this has been triggered or put on from just a lot of things building up over the months, or if it's just, feeling sick and not getting enough rest. My health is honestly fine overall, but just going through this like infection that really kind of wreaked a little bit of havoc and it tore me down. I wasn't able to like do anything, function, focus, working. So it's been very frustrating, but I'm getting through it and piling through it. So I wanted to come on here and do, a little update as to what's going on and why I've been a little bit MIA and just working out those things, ironing out those wrinkles and kinks and everything like that. So, while I'm talking about that update, also, I've mentioned a few times in other videos that it's like ever since April, losing my brother has been very, very hard on, myself and the family. It's still hard to believe. And there's been an update. It's somewhat a positive thing, that's been in relation to that, but it's also just reawakened a lot of pain and heartbreak and reality. Not that I didn't think it was real before. But, you know, I want to come on here and just say, like, it's okay to not be okay. And I'm going to stand by that. I really still want to make this other video on some things because, you know, I get the struggle of this, and it is, you know, Suicide Awareness Month. It's also Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I lost my niece to childhood cancer, neuroblastoma, when she was 3, and that was probably over 9 years ago at this point. So it's been very, very rough, you know, with those things and those reminders, and just trying to, you know, change up the vibe and keep the spirits high, stay positive, stay, you know, in good health and healing. And I figured I would just kind of speak my truth and let you guys know what's up. And, you know, I will get into some things, I think, in another video, but this is going to be more of the oracle pull. And I was hoping I'd have some people hop on, but I know I get talking and it gets to be a lot, but I know some things have really got to be said. And some things have really, you know, just to help others who might be going through the same thing. I have a lot of people reach out to me because they know my past, or, you know, they see scars on my arms and instantly think, you know, that's still my path, and it's not. But not to say that it isn't still a struggle. It's just like addiction, where you have your triggers and you have things that are going to step up in your way. So I will get into that, though, in another video. I might even make it today, for goodness sakes, because it's like, are you kidding me? But anyways, we're going to do the Lover's Oracle pull. I'm going to do 3 cards. So if you are here for the pull, that's wonderful. I'm going to do it for you. Maybe I'll go live on, well, I have a TikTok as well, Bubblegum Vixen, if you're interested. And sometimes I do the Oracle pulls up there, so, you know, if things are taking too long, you guys can always go there and see what's up. All right. All right, so we have 3 cards, and this just really, really jumped out at me. I'm going to take a picture really quick first, just so I have it. Excellent. Okay. So the first card that pulled up is this one. We'll get a little yin-yang action going on. Then this one, which I'll tell you guys what they are. And then this card as well. So a lot of great pictures, a lot of great symbolism. The artwork is pretty fun and exciting, and there's a lot going on there. So for this card, this says balance. And it is, love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And that's what this on the back of this card is saying right here. So just so you know, I'm not making this up. It's really what's on the card. All right, for the second one, we have Sexual Unicorn. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So this is the back, and that is what the Lover's Oracle second card that was pulled mentions. And the third card is time. You are trying too hard, give it time. So that is the, you know, Oracle pull for today. You know, I hope you guys really love and appreciate it. I'm going to flip these over and take a quick picture for my other platform really quick. Boom. Okay. So we've done that. And I'm almost feeling compelled to do a tarot moment. And if you guys want a personal request, you totally can. But sometimes it's the other way around. The tarot has more of a set of rules. But we're going to do a 1-card tarot pull, because I feel like for some reason that's kind of what's up. And the tarot that I'm using is the Sensual Wicca Tarot. And it is by El Scarabo. Lo Scarabo. So excuse me. It's the scarab, basically. I don't know if this shows it better. But anyways. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna do it up. Hold on, let me put the cards over here, and we're gonna slice and dice these up a little bit and kind of get a a better view of what's up with that and what's going on. And then I'm going to, kind of reevaluate and see, what I can do for this other video that I'm feeling so compelled on making. I just want to have it be in the right time and place and really have my thoughts gathered up. So thank you guys so much for hopping on and watching this live. If you are with me, and if you're watching this a little bit later on, that's amazing too, because this is really when you need it. I'm a firm believer in that. Sometimes it's not, always on the time or day that it was meant, but, it will get to you and be with you when the time is right. So we're going to see what tarot card. I'm going to do an intuitive translation first. Like I said, this is a new deck for me, so I may not be 100% connected and know all of this. I typically use my Mermaids deck, but this just makes more sense as far as the lusty, sexual, fun kind of tarot, because I am very passionate and I am very sensual with that. My Venus is in Taurus, so that explains a lot. But we're gonna see what card of the tarot is going to be an intuitive translation to all of that, and then we're going to put them together and get the actual meaning from the book, because tarot has a little bit more rules than oracle. Oracle is more straightforward. Usually folks do this the other way, where they do the tarot spread first and then they do a pull, and I'm still not feeling connected with this message yet. There's no card that's really jumping out quite yet, so bear with me. I'm trying to get these things all mixed up. This deck is very thin. I love this brand, but this deck is a little thinner and not as sturdy as I would assume, but it's very fluid, sensual kind of deck. So let's see. We'll do a little something like this. It's taking a little while, I think, because my intention is not in the focus, but what is the focus? What is the focus that goes with our Lovers Oracle cards? Let's see. All right, I think we have one. I'll pull the first one on the top. Why not? Okay, so it is in reverse. Ooh. Keep them together. Okay, so it is in reverse. I'm just going to reverse it. It's the Sage of Wands in reverse, and it's very interesting because there's a guy with a shield, there's a snake, he's barefoot, he's sitting on a throne that looks kind of like a lion, he's got a spear in his hand, or perhaps it's a wand because it's the wands, and then there's this little shack with a little curtain door behind him. So maybe, his face looks very interesting, he's got some jewels on, some bling. I don't know, he looks very sure of himself, but maybe it's like, in reverse, maybe the meaning, and this is my intuitive description first. So I'm going to show you guys the card. I'll show you really quick what it looks like right up, so you can kind of see the details of what I'm talking about. The little shack with the curtain, his snake, which is always very symbolic as well. There's lions, there's courage, he's kind of buff, there's red, going on, so it's kind of got that, underlying passion, but upside down, the meaning is probably different. And I do believe they have reversed this for the major arcana, so I don't think we're going to get the reverse meaning for it. But we'll kind of, identify that when we look into it further. He's just kind of sitting there and, upside down. So, like I said, this is a new deck, so I'm just trying to feel it out and work with it and, see what the meaning is. There is a very yin-yang aspect to this shield. So perhaps it has something to do with balance or feeling off balance now that it's upside down. It's one, so, kind of in a reflection with the Pisces, the full moon in Pisces tonight, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of tensions running high, and a lot of emotional things that are either enhanced in a positive way to reflect and get over things and move on and let go. September shedding season. But there is a lot of emotional, things that we have to look at, tensions being super high, arguments being very common, So just learning to remember to keep that balance is what I'm getting from. I'm just kind of letting things come out. So sorry if this seems a little bit confusing. So we're going to take a look now because I feel like that's just about all I have to say. I'm going to check out into the book here to see what their meanings are. I don't necessarily know if it's going to give us the reverse, and it's not, but we'll reverse it, or perhaps we can even look it up a little further. So the sage is talking about a loyal spiritual friend, observant of law and order, passionate. So the only thing intuitively, which is kind of funny to me, is that the red gave off passion to me, passionate. So this is kind of speaking about somebody, whether that's in your life, it can pertain into mine. It's kind of like a message for all of us. So it's not something I'm not really trying to self-read. That's like, a little bit hard to really adjust, and ego gets in the way when you try to do that, personally for me. But it's a message kind of for everyone. So a loyal spiritual friend, observant of law and order, passionate. So very interesting. That's what the book is mentioning, that goes along with this deck. And it goes really, really, really well with this balance. This first card is like right on with this. The vibes are so close. It's so interesting. I just can't even believe it. This almost looks magical, like a different realm. Like this guy is upset, but there's somebody there who wants to comfort him. And personally, for me, this is very significant. I'm not going to get into it, but it's very, very significant. Then when it comes to the mentioning of passionate, it's honor the place in one another where you are one in eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So when you feel like one, when you are together in this balance, which this is upside down, so it's a little bit rocked right now. So if you're going through this, you are not alone. So the passion's a little dull, but you got to remember that, true bliss will be found when you really put yourself in that place of somebody else, and in your relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lover relationship, but I am gearing this more towards love because that's something I'm an Aries sun, so passion and love is what I do. Time, you are trying too hard, give it time. So maybe there's somebody in your life, that person who is, loyal, law and order. They're very like balanced typically. They're very passionate, but this time, give them time to come around. Give them time to think whatever they need to feel through. Because if you're trying too hard to push them or open somebody up, especially when it comes to Pisces. Now, this is really easy for me to go because I have a Pisces rising, and I do have a Pisces in my life, which we're not going to get into that, but I'm sure they will see. So giving that Pisces energy, because the full moon is in it, giving them time to kind of come to their senses, to have that little moment of being alone and figuring things out. It's kind of, calming the waters of emotion, because those waters are rocking right now. The waters of emotion are very intense. I see it all around everyone that I'm interacting with. It's a very intense time right now with this moon. And this is just about, how much the oracle is really coinciding with this card here. I can't even believe it. It's really insane to me. They're spiritual. So they're waiting on spirit to give them the go. They're waiting on the right time. Maybe that's you, maybe that's the person that you're thinking of at this time, but you have to give it time and let it settle through. I would say after the full moon, for sure, is when you're going to see whoever this is in your life, whether it's you or another person, where you're going to see them kind of coming around to truth, coming around to something they need to let go, because it is September shedding season, and this is going to really push us to let go of things that are not helping us. A lot of things that was going on in the past few months, especially over the summer, there's a lot of astrologers and folks in like the spiritual realm, and forget me for being like butchering it, but I'm very naturally intuitive to this stuff. I might not always know the perfect wording for this all, but they say since December that we're really going to see this, kind of energy that we've been dealing with since December of 2020 unravel and unfold and become something different. So we really have to stick around, wait it out, not confront, give things time, because time is what this oracle card is saying. Don't push on it, don't force it, because especially with this Pisces new moon energy, you can't push the water, you can't force anything. I mean, you can, but it's not going to work out good for you. You got to let it flow, you got to let it go and let it flow. So I believe that that is the message that we're getting with this lovers oracle, whether it's a love thing for you or not. That's not what I'm saying, but I do gear it towards that. But really, this is like an intense message for all of us. And I think it's really interesting that it did happen through the Pisces new moon that we're going to be, or Pisces full moon, excuse me, that we're going through tonight. So if there's things that you have to release and let go, give yourself time, give others around you time to really think and absorb and feel what they're feeling, come to their senses, and let them come to you when they're ready. That's what this message, I believe, is saying. And I really feel that this is where it's connecting with that Pisces full moon energy. So I really appreciate you guys checking out the Oracle poll for today. I am going to post some things on my TikTok because that's typically where I've kind of brought this out. And we can get into it another time. And also, thank you for sticking around for the update. There are more videos and some topics coming up very soon. I do this very much for myself, so just little reminders, but this is really beautiful. It's been giving me a lot of practice to hone in on this intuitive skill that I feel so very called to. I get asked so much if I do this, and I say no, but then it's like, yes, I do, and I'm working on it. So I appreciate anyone who is coming around to check it out. This is totally for you, even if it isn't on the day that this was posted. Just know that things come to us when we need them. So it's not always, the perfect like situation where it's today, so it's got to be just for September 20th. Like, this is for when you need it. There's things that come up for me when I need it, and it's beautiful. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's your girl, Angela Aries. As always, I really appreciate it. And thanks for kind of lifting my spirits up through this time. As always, Besos. Peace.